Now I get to introduce Daniel McNeil. In case y'all didn't know, and you're not on Facebook, Daniel is a lifelong and dedicated metaphysical student, a teacher, a sculptor, an artist, and third-generation muralist. He's been creating art his whole life. After many years of painting murals in private homes and working in a pictorial billboard artist for one of the largest sign companies in Boston, Daniel turned his artistic talents to sculpting. And his portfolio today includes sculptures and paintings that reflect a lifetime of imagination. And what he strives to do is to transform the ordinary back to the divine, which he knows it came from. Don't you love that? Yeah. And so with names like Beginnings, Silence, Devotion, Voice of the Earth, Ancestor, and Sanctuary, give yourself the gift to see another side of Daniel on his website, danmcneil.com. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Daniel and the 12 Powers. I'll turn the fan on for you. How's that?
That's great.
Okay. You got just about all you want. Thank you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
To say I'm a little nervous would be an understatement. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Good. I'd like to thank Reverend Tanya for the opportunity to get up here. I am a little bit nervous. I don't know why, probably because I'm up here speaking, not because of anything I'm going to say about the 12 powers. You know, it's not something well, it is something I read, and it is something I heard about, and I did take classes in it, but it's something I practiced, and it's something that works in my life, so it's not my opinion. Hopefully I won't give you my opinion, but thanks, Barry, for that music was beautiful. Reverend Janet from the Unity, where Jane and I met in Cape Cod, they used to play that every Sunday. And she would say, "This is God's house." And it was a music conservatory during the week, but on Sunday it was God's house. And this is God's house. And I'm really grateful to be here. Jane and I are both really grateful that we found this place. And all of you. So in that I feel really comfortable. The reading today couldn't be any more perfect for what I'm going to talk about. Last week I talked about the 6 of the 12 powers briefly. I don't think we talked about faith, strength, judgment, love, power, and imagination last week. And today we will be talking about understanding, will, order, zeal, elimination, one of my all-time favorites, and life. Well, let's get started. Isn't technology wonderful? You know, what I'm going to talk about briefly, in studying this I'm not going to say it was fun, but it's like any spiritual reading I do, and repeat, I'll see something I didn't see before. And I was studying, but even as I was studying, it started to turn my day and my life around. There's no end to it. There's just no end to it. And what I'll be talking about today, very briefly, is like the vapor from an iceberg, not the tip, and certainly not what's underneath the water. Because there's like no end to this. Like I'm coming in and giving a talk on the 12 powers, and our good friend, the doer of good. Don't you love that? And he is the doer of good. I feel good every time I see him get up here. It's talking about our powers, our power of faith and strength, Because what I found out when I was taught about the 12 powers is I'm using these 12 powers. It's not something someone gave me. It's like not going to get a mantra from a guru or something like that. It's something that I have. It's like those little children saying we have a soul. Everyone has a soul, and it's the way it is, and it's perfect. Just like my 12 powers are. And I'm using them, or I'm misusing them on a daily basis. And my life goes much better when I'm paying attention to them and I'm using them. And I also have to constantly remind myself. I mean, it's not just because I know it, that on a daily basis I have to practice these things. Anyways, I don't want to take a lot of time up with that. But I'm briefly going to talk about, let's start off with my faculty of understanding. First of all, it's located in the front of my brain. It's some people call it like the third eye, okay? And it's just an intuitive knowing. It's as simple as that. It's that voice when the clatter quiets down I was talking about with Janet before that about I can go into my car if I'm trying to figure something out, and it's like group therapy. It's like I'm all these voices, and they all speak in my voice, and they're all telling me, most of them, that this is not going to work out. You should probably not be doing this. And unfortunately, and there's one little voice that's telling me I can do it. And I have to be quiet to be able to identify with that. And that usually happens for me through meditation if I can quiet myself down. I can pause when I'm in a situation, and something will tell me to do something. I've had, and it can be something as simple as we'll be leaving the house and I'll be thinking about keys, and you get in the car and I don't have my keys. I mean, I know it may sound silly, but and there were big things that have happened to me in my life because I'll tell you one real brief story. I was working, and I don't know how I'm going to try to make this brief. I used to exercise racehorses. I used to ride racehorses in the morning. I had to stay at this one track, or I chose to stay to help someone out to get these horses because they were injured. They couldn't go to the next racetrack. So I stayed with them, and I got stuck there. And I was there for like almost 2 weeks. And I couldn't wait to get out of it. And it was all alone. It was really awful. It was an awful experience. And a van driver, this van driver plus transportation came and said, we will get you out in the morning. I'm going to be here. I have 2 vans going out. I have a van going out at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I have a van going out at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, it's in my nature, if I'm 5 minutes early, I'm late. That's the way I am. Maybe I guess it's called compulsion and obsession too, but I should have been there 4 o'clock in the morning with my animals, getting ready to go. But something said, just relax, you're getting out of here, take the 9 o'clock van. The 6 o'clock van went off a mountain on the way to Green Mountain racetrack in Vermont, and everyone died, including the animals. So it can be something as simple as forgetting my keys. I went on this retreat one time, and it was a 3-day retreat, 2 or 3 day retreat, sound retreat, and it was on prayer. I wanted to learn how to pray. I was at a point in my life where things weren't going too good, and I was going to try to turn to prayer, and I wanted to be taught how. So I went in this retreat, and they were talking about Thomas Merton, and they were talking about, I had no idea what they were talking about. It just was going right over my head. Everyone else was like having a spiritual experience, and I couldn't wait to get out of it. And I left. I was driving home, and I went by a yard sale, and someone said, pull in here. I went in there, and there was a book, How to Pray, for 10 cents. I paid almost $300 to go to this retreat. And it was real simple. It was very simple, and that's what I needed. It just takes practice. Just need practice. Just try it. So, my intuitive understanding, if I listen to it, it's not right sometimes, it's right all the time. All the time. That's my experience. I can't think of one instance where I listened to it and it was a mistake. Don't get me wrong, there were times when I listened to it And I can't, my way, that's not the way I would handle it, but either it went right or I learned a lesson from it that I needed to know for another time, if that makes any sense. Where I have to be careful, we're going to move on to my faculty of will. My faculty of will is right over my faculty of understanding. And like all my faculties, it's a perfect faculty when I'm using it properly. I need to be careful with it though, because if I lace it with some of my fears, or if I'm breaking up and today particularly feeling this feelings of lack or limitations, the voice changes. My intuitive thinking will tell me to do this, and my voice will go, wait a minute, you know, let's think about this. Let's why maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that, instead of moving into action and following it. Those me, why don't you talk it over with somebody else that has limited thinking like you today, so they can tell you, I wouldn't do that, you know, but I'm nuts. And so I need to get quiet with that. And it's not that I have to keep my will in line, but I just have to keep my eye on the prize. Like, this is what this quiet voice is telling me to do. I just need to follow. Famous scientist and doctor once said, men of genius are simple men who have dared to listen to their intuition when everyone else is saying. I had a friend of mine, he's 45 years old, he decided to be a doctor. I mean, the guy was a construction worker. You know, he graduated high school, he had great leads, he built things. You know, and I said, good. Fortunately, he talked to another friend of ours who's a like-minded person and said, go for it. Albert Schweitzer decided to be a doctor at 50 years old. Fortunately, he talked to the right people. And at 50 years old, he was a doctor. He went to school in the university, some university, but he went with that intuitive thinking. I'm a construction worker, I'm going to be a doctor. You know, but he listened to it. And he was a real principled guy anyway. What am I doing wrong? This is my director. Enter the mic, okay. Another story I read this in somewhere about Henry Ford. Henry Ford decided to do what he did. And he couldn't get back. And his father said, what are you, nuts? You just left a $25 a week job with this harebrained idea of yours to build cars? You know, and you know the rest of the story. And there's many, many stories like that. You know, as long as you follow this small voice, still quiet voice, if you listen to it. It happened to me last week, something, I thought of something and I did it. And I remember thinking like, man, you have this like unbelievable power. Imagine if you worked at this. And then I could go, this is like having the lamp, rubbing the lamp. You know, all you need to do is start out with an idea and apply these principles. You know. Emmett Fox wrote in the Sermon on the Mount, a tragic mistake that is often made by religious people is to assume that the will of God for them is bound to be something very dull and uninviting, if not positively unpleasant. The truth is self-expression, wider, newer, brighter experiences, better health, greater prosperity, and wider opportunities for the service to others, and a life more abundant is what's possible if you pay attention to this. I had a teacher once too that he was actually teaching us how to meditate. And he said, never mind folding yourself up into a pretzel and meditating for hours and being quiet. Sit down at the same time of day, every day for 2 minutes and be quiet. Just try to be quiet. Don't try to think about anything. And he says, and do that. Do it. What is it? 21 days to form a habit and 21 days to break one. Because he knew that if you did that would become the most important part of your day. And I'll say the same thing with you about these powers. There's a book, Healing Secrets of the Ages, from Catherine Ponder, which really turned my life around. Has absolutely changed my life. I awaken my powers every morning. I awaken them and I bless and baptize them in one part of my meditation to wake them up. So hopefully I'll use them when the opportunities happen, and they always happen. In my life anyway. Okay, now I'll just go with the divine order. Divine order is here right behind my navel. It's my center, it's my core. I work a lot with it when I was teaching Tai Chi and when I was teaching Qigong. This is where my center is. This is where my balance is. This is where it's like when people get older like me, they tend to fall down. And I used to tell my students they tend to fall down because their center starts to move up and they start to make forward. Have you ever seen when the baby walk like this? Their center is down here, right where their core is. This is where or if I'm trying to make a decision about something, or there's disorder in my life, I have knots in my stomach. I don't know about anyone else, and how do I certainly awaken order in my life, the divine order in my life, but I practice a discipline. I practice disciplines in my life. It's as simple as that. I used to think it was an attribute to be like a leaf being blown by the wind. Like whatever happens, it happens. Okay, we'll do this or we'll do that. It didn't work very well. I'm still here, but I found, fortunately, I'm married to a person who's very disciplined, and because of that, I've become very disciplined. I can't read it, honey.
You need to go faster.
I need to go faster. See, that's what I meant about these. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. If I can make any suggestion, and I know I said I wasn't going to talk about my opinion, but look into this. It was like that monk talking about the meditation, because I know it'll work. If you're open-minded enough to do this, and even awaken them, we'll do a meditation when I'm done with this, if you're open to it. And will awaken our faculties, and it'll change your life. It'll absolutely transform your life. And it's not magic. It's not magic. It's because in my life, what changed was my thoughts, awakening these powers, and doing things differently. It's not like there's somebody up there with a beard going, doing good, kid. Here's another gift for you. Here's this, here's that. I do things differently now today, and I have different results. It's as simple as that. And I have to move on because I'm taking too much time, and I apologize for that. I get real excited about this stuff. This has changed my life. Sometimes I can be probably annoying if you're talking to me. It's like, get this guy away from me. Is there an end to this story? I'm supposed to meditate now? Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't get to go to my favorite. Huh?
Do it.
I don't have time.
Do it. You take your time. Go ahead.
Zip by zeal?
Yeah, there you go.
The important one. Okay, I took a lot of classes on the 12 powers, and one of the things Reverend Janet Smith used to do is she would cut up a lot of little pieces of paper with the powers on them. And you would reach in and grab one, and whichever one you came out with, she said, this is what you need to work on. I did it 3 times, and 3 times I came up with elimination. And because there were things in my life that I needed to eliminate. Some of them seemed good, like relationships, jobs, different things, but they weren't for me. It just was wrong. There's a beginning of an affirmation we use today. I now willingly let go of every thought, condition, and/or relationship that in any way retards my perfect healing. I'm blessed with perfect elimination of mind, body affairs, and relationships now. And there are a lot of relationships that had to go, and it wasn't all them. So anyway, I'm gonna, that's it. I'm sorry I didn't get to all of them.
Zeal.
I don't have time. Do I?
Yes.
They stay with one, so she got all the different.
My faculty of zeal is located in the base of my neck. It's called the medulla oblongata. In some meditations, they call it the mouth of God. In one of the meditations I practice, you actually breathe energy into it. And zeal sounds like, someone that's all jazzed and really ready to get going, and but it's not that. It's something about. Have you ever run into somebody? The ancients. The word zeal means active interest and enthusiasm. It's a very special mind power that releases a certain type of energy needed for mind, body, and the personality of man. The ancients felt that zeal was a special gift from God conferred only upon a select few. The reason they felt zeal to be so special was because the ancient seers noticed that zealous persons seemed stirred by a certain something which made them different from ordinary men, and that gave them this strange power of accomplishment. A person without zeal is like an engine without power. And we've all seen that. We said to people like, what is it about this guy? Maybe it's his Holy Spirit or his soul is more evident. It's just something. It's a power. Is it something that has to do with power? Well, yeah, the same as strength has to do with power, but it's not about this forceful thing. It's about just doing the right thing in the right and perfect way in the right and perfect time. So, and gathering the right and perfect results. So, okay. So, thank you. I'm sorry I didn't get to all of them. I'm sorry that was so brief. And I hope, if I can hope that it arose some kind of an interest that you look into them, because you have my personal guarantee that it'll change your life. It'll transform your life.
Daniel, what was the book by Catherine Ponder?
Healing Secrets of the Ages. She also has Prosperity Secrets of the Ages. There's a great story about that. She kept having these people clean her house while she was doing it, and she would read what she wrote on the Prosperity Secrets of the Ages. And they started applying those principles in their life and became so successful, they would leave and she had to get somebody new. Isn't that great? Yeah. Anyway, okay, so here we go. Yes. So why don't we get ready for meditation? If you have meditation, the basics, put your feet flat on the floor, hands in your lap, on your knees, up or down. Breathe. I am the Christ mind. I am, I am, I am. The superintelligence of the Christ mind is not expressed through me now. I awaken, bless, and baptize my faculty and power of faith with my faculty and power of strength. Faith, faith, faith. I have faith in God. I have faith in people. I have faith in things. I have faith in the healing power of God as it works mightily in me now. I have faith in the perfect outcome of every situation in my life because God is in absolute control, and my faith now makes me whole. awaken, bless, and baptize my faculty and power of strength with my faculty and power of love. Strength, strength, strength. I am a tower of strength, within and without. I let all burdens fall from my shoulders. I let all anxiety drop from my mind. I let all fears slip away from my heart. I let every shackle be loosened. Divine strength is making wise and true adjustments in every phase of my life. I relax, I rejoice, and I let it. I now awaken, bless, and baptize my faculty and power of judgment, my faculty and power of strength. I am satisfied with divine substance. The substance of God now erases all fatigue from my body. It renews tissues and replenishes energy. Divine substance stabilizes my mind and prospers my affairs. Every longing of my soul and every need of my life is now fulfilled on time, in full, in the right and perfect way. I now awaken and bless and baptize my faculty and power of love with my faculty and power of strength. There is only love in my heart for everyone. I pour out my love to all mankind. I suppress or hoard nothing. I will now freely let God love through me, now and always. I now bless and baptize my faculty and power with my faculty and power of strength. All power is now given me in mind, body, and affairs. The power of God is now working through me to free me from every negative influence. Nothing can hold me in bondage. All power is now mine to control my thoughts, to vitalize my body, to experience success, and to bless others. I am strong in the Lord and the power of His might. I now awaken, bless, and baptize my faculty and power of imagination with my faculty and power of strength. I now picture only the best for myself and others. My eyes are single to the good, and my whole body is filled with light. 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 Understanding. I now bless and baptize my faculty and power of understanding with my faculty and power of strength. I am intuitive understanding. Within me is the wisdom of the ages. The mind that knows how will show me how. The mind that knows where will lead me there. The mind that knows when will tell me then. I now awaken, bless, and baptize my faculty and power of will with my faculty and power of strength. I relax and let go. I relax and listen for the voice of intuitive understanding to unfold its good to me. I will to do the good will of God joyously. Order. I now bless and baptize my faculty and power of order with my faculty and power of strength. Divine order is now established in me by the power of the indwelling Christ. I am in divine order. My mind is in divine order. My body is in divine order. All my affairs are in divine order. Bless Cruces is in divine order. Science of Mind Church is in divine order. The sanctuary is in divine order. My perfect health is in perfect divine order. Me being compassionate, mindful, helpful, healing, loving, tolerant, forgiving, understanding is in divine order. Me awakening my 12 powers and using them in the right and perfect way, and everything I say, think, and do is in divine order. Me not entertaining any negative, limited, or lack-filled thoughts is in divine order. Divine order heals and prospers me. Zeal. I now bless and baptize my faculty and power of zeal with my faculty and power of strength. I praise my mind as the perfect creation of divine substance now. I praise my emotions as the perfect creation of divine substance now. I praise the perfect healing of our world as the perfect creation of divine substance now. I now see more good in my life than I've ever seen before. I now awaken, bless, and baptize my faculty and power of elimination with my faculty and power of strength. I now willingly let go of every thought, condition, and/or relationship that in any way retards my perfect healing. I'm blessed with perfect elimination of mind, body, affairs, and relationships now. I now awaken, bless, and baptize my faculty and power of life with my faculty and power of strength. Life, life, life. I'm filled and thrilled with vitalizing life. I'm alive, alert, awake, joyous, and enthusiastic about life. I'm the ever-renewing, the ever-unfolding expression of infinite life. I, a tiny bubble of laughter, have become a sea of mirth itself. Thank you.